Reform UK has stormed into British politics leading into the 2024 general election, originally under the leadership of Richard Tice. They were polling at between 13 and 20% in the days immediately preceding the election after the announcement that former MEP Nigel Farage would be stepping up as leader, though would win only 5 seats with 14% of total votes. Since then, they have had 4 MPs defect from other parties join Reform UK, including former Cabinet Ministers Robert Jenrick and Suella Braverman. It seems that with every new day, a new Member of Parliament defects the least experienced party in modern politics. However, after only a couple of years in mainstream politics, they have already broken promises in councils under their control. A Reform candidate for a council seat, Darren Selkirk, posted a video to his Facebook page with the caption, "Reform councils will freeze, then cut your council tax bills." However, despite this claim online amongst dozens of others from councillors, MPs and leaflets, they all promised at least the freezing of council tax. What did they deliver? Reform-led councils in Kent, Derbyshire and Staffordshire, as well as 4 others, plan to increase council tax, the highest being in Derbyshire, where a 5% increase, the maximum permitted, is due. I've had a run-in with Reform UK. Before I became a member of the Conservative Party, I was a paid member of Reform. I paid my annual membership fee and supported their policies, because everyone makes mistakes. Now you see, upon the discovery that then Reform MP James McMurdoch is reported to have accepted over £70,000 worth of COVID-19 bounce back loans unnecessarily, I knew that I must cancel my membership immediately, and I did not want association with such a party. Now they had no phone number on their website, only a single email address, so I sent them an email politely asking for my membership to be cancelled and for my details to be removed from their system. No reply. I emailed the same thing once more, presuming they had not seen it or it had not been delivered. No reply. All in all, I sent them 4 emails, none of which received a reply. Subsequently, I presumed that they were, giving me the silent treatment and stopped pestering them. Surely my membership had been cancelled. Well, an email landed in my inbox not long after Christmas 2025. Your Reform UK membership will automatically be renewed in 7 days. Needless to say, I was furious. Not going to bother with their email, I scoured the internet and eventually found that one of the Facebook pages for Reform County Council had a phone number. Bingo. Well, I called it and heard an automated voice of Nigel Farage welcoming me. After what felt like forever arguing with this robot, so I needed to speak to a representative, it agreed to put me through. But this time it did not put me through to a person. Instead, another automated voice, this time not from Farage, saying that their head office was closed for Christmas. Thankfully, I did phone back several days later, just in time to cancel. Upon my asking why it was not cancelled when I emailed, the woman on the phone said it had obviously not been seen. Now, on to my next point swiftly. So I appreciate the fact that MPs cannot spend every day in their constituency. I also appreciate that party leaders can spend even less time in their respective constituency due to the nature of their heightened workload and travel necessity as leader. However, surely it is reasonable to expect them to spend at least most of their time in the country. Well, an article from The Guardian in March 2025 reports that Mr Farage, the leader of Reform UK, had a whopping 9 trips abroad in the short time he had then been an MP, with 8 of those being to the United States. I thought he was an MP for Clacton and not a US Senator. Well, saying that though, Mr Farage doesn't seem to know what he wants to be. He's a GB News presenter, News PTY commentator in Australia, and a brand ambassador for Direct Bullion. Not to mention his infamous Cameo page, where he's been found saying things such as, quote, "Reminder, show the sus, simps and incels among us how to date girls and not be big, cringe, imposter chunguses," end quote, and, quote, "Sigma, Sigma spider, climbed up the skibbity spout, and that spider is you, Top Sigma," end quote. Now these are phrases I would expect to see in a 13-year-old's group chat, not coming from the mouth of a genuine British politician. Do we really want this as our next Prime Minister?